We see. Look, we're getting kind of the action over there as well.
So you could be living this on Instagram.
And the great thing is we can see you in the mirror on the video here.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, see
Or
you.
you could be living this on something somewhere. Which is quite a cool idea.
Yeah, that's like a proper
That's
Gary
like-
Vaynerchuk stuff, isn't it? So we've had 2 really cool days, haven't we? We haven't really caught up very much because we've just been so busy. So we've had, what have we had? We've had 2 days. We've had Osgo Live on Friday,
Immense.
which was absolutely immense. And we've had Pods Heels today, and I made sure I've got my heels spelled correctly versus my heels, just to confuse. So Osgo Live, I thought was brilliant. I thought it was.
amazing.
So what was? Okay, Dan, what was your best bit from it? What was the really cool stuff you did? I liked, or, you know.
Crikey. It's just the energy for me for Osgo Live. It's the whole energy package, and I think the biggest thing that I got out of it. So when I first went 3 years ago, there was a big conflict saying, all this stuff that I need to be doing that I'm not doing.
Yep.
And then during the intervening 2 years, I've done a lot more, and then sort of yesterday kind of consolidated. Yeah, keep going, you're going in the right direction. We've got to do more, we've all got to do more, got to encourage other people to do more as well.
Yep.
And so, you know, just keep going really, and that we're at a pivotal moment in podiatry that we, you know, the people that are doing podiatry are responsible for getting the message out there, encouraging new people into the profession, promoting the profession, and not just sort of like saying the society needs to do this, the so-and-so needs to do that, you know, taking ownership for it and taking it as far forward as we can as individuals and telling all those stories, really.
There you go. That's video over. Look at that. Dan said it.
Ta-da!
Go, Matt. Come on, because I know you're tired, Neil, but you're doing so well. You've held on.
It's been 4 days for me. It's been 4 days of craziness.
Yeah.
4 days. So yeah, I'm feeling
And
a bit
intense as well.
crazy. Yeah, my brain's like at saturation. But I'm gonna go and
Marinate?
debrief. Yeah, marinate in a lot of gin. I don't even drink gin. I don't even know why.
No, I was going to say marinate on the ideas.
Oh, like
And-
a
and-
cocktail.
No,
I was like, yeah, I can
no,
do that.
marinate on all the ideas and all the inputs so that eventually it all comes out as
You're right.
genius.
You're right. You're right.
So what was your...
It's really difficult because every speaker has their own little tidbit of like, God, that's a great thing. I should really do that. Or, oh, I'm going to implement that into my practice. Or, oh God, I never thought about that. Or, oh, that. So you can't just. It's never just one thing. For me, I would say it's probably building more of a what I would call my pod family. Building that network of like-minded, awesome, really cool people that get you more than your friends get you. They definitely get you more than your family get you. They understand where you're coming from. They can be your soundboard. You can be their soundboard, and you can really grow together. And it's not about, for me, it's not about building carbon copies of each other. It's about getting the best bits and personalising that to your practice. So for me, I wouldn't be having purple in my life because, well, why would I need to bother? Because
we have purple in our life.
if it's about purple, we've got a purple in our life. Everything's purple.
If you added more purple, you'd be on purple overload.
I would be on purple overload.
You mean like
So,
your trainers?
You know, yeah, trainers, jacket,
She's
everything.
going to lift them up, you see, without kicking the
God.
table. Look at that.
Purple vans.
And she hasn't got a new road on her back, which is great. Which is great. So yeah, that for me was really, really cool. And a little bit of kind of grounding that, you know what, we're not doing so bad. We need to remember and reflect on the positives that we've done. It's not about berating, oh, we don't do this and we don't do that. We do a lot of really freaking cool stuff. And sometimes it's good to just stop, take a minute and check in with that and then kind of go forward.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Yeah. And the rehab message as well. I mean, I don't know much at all about rehab.
The rehab message over here.
Andrew.
Come on.
Andrew.
Come on,
Come
Andrew.
on.
Let's shimmy over, people. Shimmy, 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 shimmy.
So the rehab message from this man today, amongst other people.
Oh, this is
at
snug,
Heels,
isn't it?
It is, isn't it? So what's it been? Okay, so you were Osgo yesterday.
Yeah.
What was the best thing about Osgo for you yesterday? You can't say everything. That's a bit like where does it hurt everywhere?
It's a good fun conference, isn't it? I think it's fast paced, keeps people entertained. There's no sort of messing around. It's one thing after the other. And there's so much content.
Had you been to
such
it
a short
before?
thing. No, that was my first
You
one.
were first.
You
You were
must have
Osgo
been
Live
like,
Virgin.
Osgo Virgin.
Osgo
So,
Virgin.
yeah.
Oh, that's done now.
Yeah,
That's
there's
done.
just so much content in such a short time. It's like a 2-day conference in one
In one
day.
day, yeah,
It's like,
that's right.
Yeah, probably goes to say it's like a festival of podiatry, isn't it?
I think you're right.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
It's like the
That's cool,
little mime artist guy and
He was hilarious, wasn't he?
the one who grabbed it. So there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It is that group, it's like Anne said, it's that pod family, it's that group of people together who are in the same place as you are. And you know, if you've got, I don't know how many speakers there were yesterday, 12 speakers maybe, something like that, was a lot. And if you get one
High
thing from each of
calibre as
those,
well.
one thing from each of those people, then you've come away with some fantastic
12 new smarts
stuff.
that you can go and take and put into practice.
I mean, I got my gold mug.
Again.
Right, Di, we need a gold mug.
You need a gold mug, absolutely. What, you know what you need to do to get a gold mug, don't you?
Well, is that the last Osgo though?
Yeah.
It is. It'll be interesting to see what
wow.
goes on
What's
next
going
year.
to happen at the
Who knows?
foot and ankle show?
I
Oh,
don't
no,
know,
that's-
but the logo for the foot and ankle show's got purple in it.
It
So.
does.
Okay, so there you go. There's the thing.
Your-
The foot and ankle show, which popped up earlier last week. I can't get it. We're in the weekend now. So earlier last
Yeah.
week it kind of threw me. I was kind of like, where's this come from?
Where did this come from?
But it seems to be really good as a natural evolution for what Osgo has done. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm assuming you guys are too.
Yeah,
but-
yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna be
And
good.
it's incredible
Yeah.
because on the back of the form, I was like, oh, this is fantastic. They are now inviting in other health professionals, so we're going to get a deeper understanding. And they're going to get a deeper understanding of
they're gonna
podiatry.
understand
It's not
this one.
all,
Yeah.
it's the podiatry show anymore. It's we are here to look after people as a bigger group than just us, obviously, wonderful pods.
Yeah, of course.
It's about the bigger thing as well, which is really, really cool.
I think the mix of kind of trade show being very, very close to the speakers
Yeah.
and the content is going to
Yeah.
be amazing as well. A bit like the running show, the national running show, which we went to.
Yeah, similar.
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah.
Which you presume you're going to that in January as well.
Hope to be.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
which would be
yeah,
cool.
glad to
That's going to be
be, yeah.
fantastic. And the national running show is brilliant. Beginning of mid-January, it's
Yeah,
absolutely
it was the
fantastic.
first one last year, wasn't it? So
Yeah. But the format of the foot and ankle show seems to be a bit more like some of the health and wellbeing shows, things like the Best You, which is one down in London, where it is you've got the speakers, you pay for tickets to go and see the speakers, but there's no barriers up, so you could actually stand on the periphery and just stand there and watch and get that information. You're just not sat in a comfortable seat.
Yeah.
So it's kind of all open and access, but people will pay for a VIP seat, and that's fine.
Yeah, totally. So it's really exciting. Let's wait and see. It's got a year.
Future holds for
I
podiatry.
know.
Yeah.
So
So cool.
Pods Heal Heals.
Yeah.
I mean, we're under lots of pressure of the fact that we have one of the presenters here. So
Yeah,
what was the takeaway today from Pods Heal? Yeah, he was all right. Yeah.
He was all bang average.
So what was the thing for you from Pods Heal Heals? Because you are obviously an MSK specialist. You're becoming one.
In the making, for
Yeah.
sure.
You see, this is your social media thing, isn't it? You've attracted people to you, so you're getting people coming to talk to you about things, which you're going, hang on a minute, I need to learn more about that.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Well, to be honest with you, I feel a lot better having been here today because a lot of the messages that I was listening to, I was thinking, I do that now. And I probably didn't a year ago, but I mean, I used to hit you up going, Dave, I'm stuck, what do I do here? Amy, I'm stuck, what do I do here? And I said to you, what's that video link that you put up? I need to send it to somebody. So I've built those connections to be able to reach out and have more confidence to be able to deliver a better quality of care to my clients.
Yeah.
And I suppose I've been dragged kicking and screaming into it because it's not my natural groove. I mean, it's your natural groove, and it's probably your natural groove. And you do a lot of sports stuff as well, but you do the other stuff as well. But I realised I had to, and I had to sort of step up to it. But yeah, so today, the anatomy was really useful from a revision point of
From an
view.
anatomical perspective.
I was just saying to Ian actually, I mean, I don't know what it was like when you guys trained, but we still did cadaver dissection when I trained 30 years ago.
30
Yeah,
years
30
ago.
years
You
ago.
trained 30 years ago?
Yeah, 1988 was the year I started training. Anyway, so we used to,
I was 3. And the young ones are here.
they know how to make a girl depressed.
The kids.
Anyway, we used to do cadaver dissection, but I mean, it was like learning a foreign language, never mind learn the structures. It was kind of like, here we are, I'm having to learn abductor digiti minimi, blinking Latin, before I can even visualise what the darn thing looks like. And so, all those years ago, that was so frustrating. So seeing some of that content revisited today, it was kind of like, Oh, right. And yeah, that is more complex than the diagrams in the books look.
Yeah.
And that's why the cadaver dissections would have been valuable had I known what I was looking at and stuff like that. So that was really useful. Ben's tests of delineating, you know, right, we're going to look at this in a systematic way, test it this way, test it that way. In basic, I mean, it's obvious stuff to you guys, but to me, it's kind of like, I used to be a rabbit in headlights going, oh my God, they're coming in with MSK pain, where do I start? Whereas now it's kind of like, okay, do they get pain when I push it this way? Do they get pain when I push it that way? Do they get pain when I get them to push against me doing this way? And if they're not getting any pain on reproduction of any of those stimuli, what else could it be? You know? And then I hit you up, and then I hit you up, and then I'll hit you up, and we'll get there eventually, won't we? So yeah, that was really good. And then the actual rehab exercises, which again, when you sort of like say, right, so this is posterior tibial tendon dysfunction. Yeah. Again, I used to be a rabbit in headlights with that. It was kind of like, ooh, what do I do with that? And then you're sort of like going, well, what does that do? It moves this way, so we need an exercise that strengthens it moving that way. So start over here and get moving over there, which is probably obvious to you, but it wasn't obvious to me.
But it is now, and that is the key from today, that you've learned this, so that's your take home.
Yeah.
Go on, Amy.
Yeah. I mean, is there anything else? Oh man, I literally don't even know. I guess some of it, and I mean this, I don't know how I mean it, I'm just going to say it, is use a little bit more, just take a common sense approach. Yeah. Let's not complicate the Nora out of it, because I don't think it needs it, and I think it worries people. Yeah. When you start, you just go blah blah blah. Yeah. Right. What hurts? When does it hurt? Where does it hurt? Yeah. Right. You've got your anatomy smarts, so from that you should be able to have a good shot at roughly what's there. Thereafter, right. You know, and then I guess you just then develop from there, and then you go, right, okay, so what am I trying to do to make this better? And then you just use your brain, you just engage. You don't have to think, oh my God, this is an MSK problem, this is just beyond me, I don't know. Where's Andreas when we need him? Where's James? Oh my God. Just keep it simple, guys. I think that for me, that was it. Keep it simple.
It can overcomplicate it. We just have to keep it simple. We know it's simple because physios do it. So it can't be that hard.
Nice.
But the other thing is the timing on the. See, I think I have the expectations to get miracle results in a short period of time, and so that's what I've learned from you today. Is you just have to start off with little steps, then review the progress, adjust. Because if that's still too much from them, you might need to step it back and then just gradually progress like that. Whereas I was thinking, I need to solve this in one appointment. And that was an unreal expectation of myself. So.
And when you have to let biology take its time. You can't speed biology up. The cells are only going to do what they do at their own rate.
Absolutely.
You're just trying to
despite what this might want.
And I guess
we need to get better at that. We need to get better at explaining that, which is what you've talked about today. Absolutely.
And if we have this thing in our heads, even subliminally to patients, that we're going to fix them in one. If they then think that we think we're going to fix them in one, and we can't, there's then a problem.
It's us at fault. It's us at fault for that expectation.
So we need to start saying, do you know what? This has been like this for 8 months now. Me seeing you once, quite honestly, is not going to be able to get you 100% better. We need to work on that.
And just to do the marathon next week.
Yeah, no, we can't. Don't you give me a heart attack there. Yes, you need to be realistic about that. Don't do that to me again.
But I think that there's a huge amount from this. There's one thing Ben was talking about is Ben's environment is very different. That he doesn't do a lot of the rehabilitation, so he will do the diagnostic stuff. Working part of that orthopod team, and then he'll refer it on. And I think that's a really good point. That if you haven't got the skills to do it, get ties with people where you can refer it on if you need to while you develop it.
And it's okay to do that.
Or even if you have got the skills to do it, if your skills are better deployed on the diagnostic side, and then enabling the patient to make the progress with another practitioner who's equally well able to do that rehabilitation, then that's where that energy's got to come from, isn't it? In that diagnostics and moving them down the bus, as it were.
So, given that you were lecturing on it today, and you're the other side, and you've now had 120 people come through on this course over 2 venues,
which is amazing, by the way.
Which is absolutely amazing. It's been taken up beautifully, which is great. I'm sure there were people waiting to get tickets for today as well. What's been your kind of takeaway from today and from the one you did in Cambridge?
That we have to be more proactive in shouting about what we do. Yeah. Nobody's going to just come looking for us. We have to let everybody know. The public, other health professionals, GPs, the works, we just have to let the world know that podiatrists fix feet and heel pain is a huge part of what we can do.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the great bit about that as well was the last session was Jill Watts, who was talking about how we can work to get the message out there as well. There was some great stuff, and actually for those people who weren't on the course, there are some superb. What's the word I'm looking for? Infographics and things like that, which you can only really get by being on the course.
Digital resources.
Digital resources.
That's
resources.
the one, resources.
So and that's stuff which there were statistics, and I think they'll probably have ended up on Instagram and Facebook showing that if those 120 people were to share something over the period of a year, it's over 1 million people would see that.
Yeah.
1.5 million people.
That's not just a ripple in the water, that's it.
Exactly. And it's a compound effect, so that little bit builds and builds and builds and becomes a compound effect, and people see it. So it's a.
But knowing, and I guess not being a negative, but knowing that we can't just put one post up and expect the world to see that one post. It needs to be that repetitive, consistent message to people to say, we're here. That might be seen by X number of people. You need to say it again. It could be in a slightly different, but you need to say it again and again and again and again.
It's brand, isn't it? It's brand podiatry. We've got a brand podiatry because that's what the brands do. They tell us, to wear whatever trainers and all that.
The new iPhone, there's never just one. There's a series of, what's coming soon. There's never just this one email. I mean, believe me, we get emails. We're probably buying it now before we even, we've even thought about it. But they are great at sort of getting us there. They get us to that place. They tell us a little bit about it. They tell us a little bit, and it's that repetitive message. You're like, God, I need that serve. I need that thing in my life.
And it's the why, isn't it? It solves a problem. It solves a problem which we maybe didn't have in the first place.
We didn't even know we had.
But we know where to go to have that problem solved. And that's a whole other thing. Someone's talking to you about a whole customer journey from how do you get people to see what you do, how do you serve them when they're there, and how do you serve them afterwards, and make sure that they come back if they need to, or they tell other people. So it's a big thing. Can't talk about that now, can we?
But if we can all just do our bit.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. We can all do our best.
So we were going to do you said a 1.5 minute video.
I said 1.5 minutes.
I said 5 minutes. That's now about
minutes.
18 minutes. I know there's a bit of fluff beforehand. So anything anyone wants to say beforehand?
Look after your feet, because they look after you.
I've got something.
Pod's heel heels.
Pod's heel heels.
Yeah, there we go.
And
so got
Amy
Pod's heel heels?
Pod runs.
Yeah, Amy Mac Pod runs, yeah.
No.
No, she does now, and she'll need a podiatrist to help her with that. So, because she's doing a London Marathon next year. For the RNIB?
RNIB, yeah.
So
I got accepted yesterday.
Yeah.
It's ridiculously exciting / horrifyingly petrifying.
Can we sort out your overpronation for you?
Yeah. Yeah, of course you can.
Oh, yeah, Griff will
Let's
come
go with
down.
that. Let's go with
Have you got a training plan from Andrew yet?
Not yet.
He's done ultra marathons,
Yeah, let's just start with marathon, shall we?
Well, you're surrounded by people who run.
But this is it.
No, I don't.
No. So I don't mean.
I have a great
other
pod
people.
family.
Your park runs.
Yes, that's a while since I've done it.
Oh, there's some accountability right there. Get into your park runs.
She's
She's going to be back park running. Keep an eye on her Instagram. She'll be there. Sorry, Maureen, she'll be there.
That's right. Is it time to go home?
I think it must
You'll need to bust a move.
You need to bust. I'm glad you said bust a move. Right then, give everyone a wave. Pod's heel heels, Pod's
Pod's
fixed
heel
feet,
heels.
Amy Mac Pod runs.
Amy Mac Pod runs.
Foot
So I think
magic,
we're going
Potty
with that.
Mental Pod, Airs Health. There you go.
Health,
That's
yeah.
really fun.
Follow.
I might actually put ding 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 across the top on this video afterwards, so it'd be like,
Ding.
yeah, there we
If
go.
everyone makes it to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair play if they do. Like,
Cool.
high five.
Right, let's go.
And
See
if
you
you've got
later.
a question, ask them.
Yeah. We're good on social.
We are good. Bye.
Bye.